Let's talk for a moment about maps. If the Earth is a sphere, then a flat paper map of it is basically like a projected image. All the same math applies, but when making a map, it's called cartography. Every such map has a map projection for exactly the same reasons that an image has an image projection. In fact, many of the same projection types are available, although the two disciplines developed different names for most of them and have different favorites. For a world map, one ubiquitous kind is called Mercator projection. This has lowest distortion at the equator and greatest distortion at the poles, which become unhelpful and are usually somewhat trimmed. The map some flat earthers have adopted as true and undistorted, which you recall is an impossibility for a flat image of a sphere, is the azimuthal equidistant polar map. This map was created by experts who understood the spherical Earth, but who wanted easier navigation in the northern hemisphere at the expense of the southern. Instead of lowest distortion at the equator, this map has lowest distortion at the North Pole and greatest distortion at the South Pole. Someone can measure this. I don't know how much the flat Earth debate has affected Australia or New Zealand, but they are ideally positioned. Here are satellite photographs of their countries, or here they are on this schoolroom globe. Compare with how they look on the map that flat earthers claim is true and undistorted. Well, which is it? On the flat Earth map, the whole continent is smashed. Pick any two cities lying north-south of each other and a nearby pair lying east-west and compare distances. For example, in Tasmania, the globe model says there's about 10 more miles as the crow flies between Port Arthur and Launceston than between Launceston and Smithton. But find corresponding points on the flat Earth map, and the trip from Launceston to Smithton would be longer, by a huge margin. If you live in Tasmania and want to spend a day proving it, you could do it all by yourself with nothing but a car and a lot of gas. Just drive as direct a route as possible from Port Arthur to Launceston, trip A, then from Launceston to Smithton, trip B, and check your odometer after each one. If the world's a sphere, trip A should be 260 kilometers, and trip B should be 220, which couldn't make sense unless this map shows distortion.